You're listening to Day Talent Radio. You're listening to Data Link Radio. You're listening to Data Link Radio.
Okay, a very good morning to all our cherished viewers and listeners across the globe this early morning today. It's Tuesday in a studio of Data Link Radio TV, live from Tama Community 10 currently. Those of you that have the privilege to follow our channels, and we want to say a very good morning to all of you. Today happened to be a specific business day for our parents in the various market. This time I want to use this particular platform to say good morning to them, and then I pray for safety of the day. But they shouldn't forget that COVID is also real. So if you are going out, please try your best as much as possible to make sure that you put on your nose mask, just like what you're seeing now. That I'm able to put on my nose mask, even though I'm in my office, but still I have to put on this nose mask for a specific reason and for safety purposes. So a very good morning to all our cherished viewers across the globe currently. This morning, once more, I invite you to join our Turbo show platforms, the only platform that raise concern and issues that is bothering our youth and our communities and our society as well. Issues that's really buffering the mind of our political leaders, issues that are buffering the mind of our religious bodies, and then our government institutions, for a whole lot of people across the country and across the globe as well. And this is a show that is not just for only Ghana, but then other Africa continent. Those of you watching us from Uganda, those of you watching us from South Africa, those of you watching us from Liberia, Ethiopia, all those people this early morning, we said good morning to all of you guys. At this moment, as I spoke to you earlier on, we are trying as much as our best this morning to give you all the updates of what's the current issues that's really going on across the globe this currently as I speak to you now. And so I want you to stay tuned with us. Don't leave us as we bring to you the best story of the day. We have a whole lot of story we'll be looking at, but this morning we'll be starting with some other entertainment issues on the platform. That's one of the things that we will be looking at quickly, and we'll also be looking at some political information and some general information that's really going on. We'll also be looking at some basic educational issues that's really going on. But we'll be looking at issues related to Atiti, Anyanyu. Yes, Anyanyu. Let me have a look at it very well. Citizens of Atiti, Anyanyu call on the DCE to fix the Anyanyu bridge and then install the street light for them. And I think this is a critical issue that I'll be trying my best as much as possible to give you. The video footages or the pictures that I have with me to have a look at what's really going on and why they have to fix that particular bridge for these people. So stay tuned with me this morning.
You're listening to Data Link Radio. You're listening to Data Link Radio.
Yeah, so as far as this country is concerned, we need to do the right thing in this country. We really need to do the right thing in this country. A whole lot of times we are not aware that doing the right thing matters a lot in our daily activities. Some of you guys are not doing well at all, and I think that this morning we have to try as much as possible to speak the truth. You know, the truth is difficult to say. Truth, they say, is very difficult, very, very difficult to say. But if you are able to say the truth, then you are free. When you are saying the truth, we are having people in this country that they will not agree with you. And that is how they are created to be. No matter how you are saying the truth in this country. I've been digesting some few things these few days that, when you say the truth in this country, it becomes a propaganda. It becomes a political issue. When you have seen a problem in this country and you want to talk about, it's either you belong to NDC party or you belong to MPP party, and this is an issue. It's a very big issue that we need to we need to look into it. It is not every issue that a journalist raises in this country. Anytime a journalist raises an issues on this country, then it's either the journalist is an NDC member or the journalist as an NDP member. There are issues that is really bothering us in this country. And if you raise a concern about those issues, the only thing that they will tell us is that you belong to a political party. And you are aware of the problem that is really going on in this country. That is the reason why the youth are saying that fix the country. Fix the country. The youth are calling on the president. The youth are calling on all the leaders in this country. And they are telling them that fix the country. There is an issue. There is a reason why the youth are calling them. I keep saying that if you sit in your offices out there, you don't really know what is really happening in other constituency. You don't know what's going on. Charlie, you don't know what people are going through in some remote areas in this country. People are going through hell in this country. You are voted into power. They voted you into power to fix out the road. They voted you into power to make sure that their health is secured. They voted you into power for so many agenda. But the same people who voted you into power are now suffering in this country. And the youth are saying that fix the country, it should become a heavy challenge. The moment a journalist says fix the country, the moment somebody says fix the country, hey! Argentina, we cannot be loyal to ourselves that we have taken everything to be propaganda. Argentina, everything becomes propaganda in this country. That we can't think about the welfare of our people. Argentina, we can't think that these are the people that have gone on. Oh, come on. These people have been on the poll. They stand under the sun for 24/7 just because they wanted to vote for a particular person to make a change. Argentina, we cannot think this way that the people voted for us for a change. The reason why they have voted is because of a change. You see, but the change, we are not seeing that change. We are not seeing the change at all. We are not seeing the change. You see, we are not seeing the change that people voted you for. You see, the people are saying that they are not seeing the change. The reason why they voted you into power, they are not seeing it. We need to say the truth. You see, we need to say the truth. So what the youth are saying is that the country need to be fixed. We really need to fix this country. Now, if you rate the dollars, if you rate the cities, I come on. Masa. So what they are saying is that they want this country to be fixed. That is what they are saying. Let's stop this kind of propaganda and so many things. And when they organize demonstrations, then we say that, because they are NDC people, because they are this and that, because they are this and that. Master, we are to criticize the government. We need to criticize the government when things are not going on well. If things are not going on well in this country, what we need to do is to criticize the government. Is it criticism? When you do that, we are putting the government on their toe to do the right thing. Argentina say a car. Why is it that when we say something that challenges, then some of you begin to give us different names? Why? Why is it so in this country? I keep saying in this country several times, and I kept saying that, look, we have a lot in this country. We have all the resources in this country. With Canada, we don't have a problem in this country. Our resources are there. We are blessed. Ghana is a blessed country. If you are talking about gold, we have gold in this country. If you are talking about diamond, we have diamond in this country. Any resources, mineral resources that you need, you will get it in this country. So Argentina, hardship. Argentina, we are going through that hardship. Why? Why is it so? What is the problem? What have you done what are we? Come on.
Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Eradie, my bow. So don't let me go empty-handed. Don't let me go. Don't let me go. Eradie, my bow. So don't let me go empty-handed.
There were a lot of musicians in this country, and I am sure that if the government is able to put things in place and the music industry is well established, the movie industry is well established in this country, we would have gone far. But you see it there, as I speak to you now, we are having a lot of challenges in this country. You say it, then they say why. So we are living in a country now that you cannot express yourself. We are living in a country as at now, as a 21st century, that you cannot express yourself. Our freedom of speech will be minimized. Who can Zambia, then trouble will be trouble. Who can Zambia, then trouble. Argentina, freedom of speech now is down. Argentina, freedom of speech. Argentina is down now. This kind of truth, you don't want us to say the truth. What she said, new man, sad things are there now. The thing is not good. Argentina truth is in this country becomes a problem to us. We are in a country where we have a lot of our youth that are going into ministry, that are going to what we call music. A lot of this youth, majority of this youth are going to music. I keep saying it over and over and over again, that until we are able to revive back our industry, our musical industry, our acting industries, we cannot revive back our industries in this country.
But we are forgetting that we are making a huge capital. Look, let me tell you the fact. The government need to understand the principles that when we are rating the tourism things in this country, there are some key people in this country that is pushing Ghana forward. There are some key people in this country. There are some key people. I'm saying key people. I mean the word key. We have Shatta Wale, we have Stonebwoy, we have all these musicians. They were making, in fact, they were doing their best. But look at our industry. Look at our industry. It's a problem we have in this country.
So don't let me go empty-handed.
It is a big problem we have in this country. That our industry, the only industry we have in this country. We cannot build this industry effectively for our people. The same people that voted for you into power. The same people that, look, it's just amazing. Okay, you set the problem. Problem upon problem. Identity, that industry. Identity, we cannot be able to revive back our industry. Identity, we cannot put a proper infrastructures for our musicians in this country, for our actors in this country. Argentina, every month we cannot pay them. Argentina, we cannot pay because they are also contributing to the success of this country. They have done their best putting this country to the biggest map across the globe, international. Argentina, we cannot revive back our music industry. Argentina, we cannot do that. Every year, any president that stand, any election, anybody that stand, you will communicate with them, convince them. If I come to power, I am going to do this. If I come to power, I will build this place. If I come to power, I will do this. When you come to power, or if you come to power, you can't do anything.
Don't let me go.
If you come to power, nothing in this country.
So don't let me go.
Okay, Sambia, they say, why are you saying this? Okay, Sambia, then people will begin to chase you. Argentina, Yentimiya serious. Argentina, our people, our leaders cannot be serious in this country. This one I want to hammer on our leaders. That the kind of leaders we are having in Africa is one of the reasons why the Europe countries still want to what? The leaders that we are having in this country, the kind of leaders we are having in this country is one of the reasons why we cannot move forward until our leaders' mind is renewed. If the mind of our leaders are not renewed, we cannot move forward in Africa. Because most of our leaders that we have, corrupt leaders who are not thinking about the people, but leaders that are thinking about themselves, selfishness, for their own selfishness. African leaders, you need to wake up. African leaders need to wake up. African leaders, they need to wake up.
You're listening to Data Link Radio. You're listening to Data Link Radio.
It baffles my mind, sometimes when it happens to see all these things that is going on in this country and people are taking it for granted, A whole lot of people are taking so many things for granted, which is wrong. We shouldn't do that. King Promise is saying something. King Promise is saying something. He said, I don't want to write. He said, I don't write song for people anymore. I don't write song for people anymore. That's King Promise. Those of you who doesn't know King Promise, I think, DJ, you get me any of the King Promise songs. Maybe they might know King Promise. King Promise is saying that he no more writes songs for anybody. He no more writes songs. If you have any of the King Promise songs, you can play it for me. Yes, I need any of the songs. Yes, King Promise. So you see, okay, all right. Let's listen to some of the songs of King Promise.
King Promise, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh no, yeah. Me say I do me, sure me. You know we say I be better past anybody. It's a wish you out. And your boy, no. See, so when they hustle, know they make chance pass me by. So make it do your best and use your sense. I show the stress since I put God first. Charlie, it no be race, it no be test. And Jack guy to no one can test. Yeah. So
You listening to Data Lake
so
Radio.
you come no the fear them. Baba got it for my side, so no shake.
Yeah, when you're media, on chonko na ondo. On any CCTV, Davy and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide. Oh. Yeah, when you're media, on chonko na ondo. On any CCTV, Davy and anyone me so. Even if I walk through the valley of death, I know the fear. Every day be your guide. Oh. Your guide.
So make you no cry, oh. Say you go be, make you still try.
You listening to Data Lake Radio.
When I wake up, you be first thing on my mind. I something need by one of a kind. I know say them break your heart before, so you the fear to fall in love. But I go fight till the day I go call you mine. All day, men come me, baby. In sweetie, in jolly. Men come me, lady. Oh my baby, you're a queen. Compliment me as a king.
All right, so that's King Promise, one of the King Promise songs, you know, and King Promise is saying that he no longer writes songs for artists or for anybody at all. I don't know why he says so, but we'll be looking at into the details of this particular story anymore from now, and why he no more writes song for people any longer. We know King Promise as one of the persons that write a lot of songs for a lot of guys in town, and then he came out to say that he's no longer writing a song for people again and again. So a singer and songwriter Gregory known as a showbiz as King Promise, has revealed that he has chosen not to write songs for his fellow artists anymore. The sister hitmaker has credit for writing numerous hits for artists in Ghana, with the like of Adina and a few others benefiting from his song's writing power. However, in an interview with Andy Deutsche on the Daybreak hit, King Promise revealed that he decided to take time to concentrate on his coming album. Thus, he decided to stop writing songs for people. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why. What it means is that because of the album that he King Promise is focusing on, and that's one of the reasons why he is no more writing songs for people, because he decided to focus, and I think that's a very good move anyway. But it's going to affect some people too. Some people that they don't want to be creative. Abiba. We have a whole lot of people who's not ready to be creative. Those people are not creative at all. A lot of musicians we have in town, they cannot write their own songs. They cannot write their own songs. I pity them. Because if you are a normal human being that you are created in this world, and you are eating day in, day out, and you are playing the football moving left and right, you are playing the gala here and there, and you cannot be able to write your own songs, then you have a problem. Yeah, you have a very big problem, you know. And so that's what King Promise is saying. And so because of that, he no longer want to write song for people. This time around, I said I don't really write for people anymore. It's been a minute since I wrote for someone. I just took a chill on that one. I just want to focus on my upcoming album, he said. Okay, so that's from King Promise this early morning to you. King Promise revealed that the last time he wrote for an artist was before the emergency of COVID-19 pandemic. First of all, I will have to like you or be a fan of your music before I can go. Okay, that's good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. First of all, okay. First of all, I will have to like you or be a fan of music, fan of your music before I go to the studio to do something with you. Okay, all right. So Kid Promise is currently promoting his new single titled "Show Down," "Slow Down," produced by award-winning producer Kill Beat. Okay, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. And so this is one of the reasons why King Promise is no longer, interested in writing songs for people because he wants to focus on his album currently. So those of you that are not ready to write your own album, I'm just saying this so for some reason. So if you go to King say you don't make ready for that kind movement. Again, it's not ready for those kind of movements any longer. All right, so that's it for the entertainment this early morning. But I had to have a lot of things. Is there any benefit that a musician, in Ghana get from industry, and why government could not support this industry? Why government could not support this industry? I'm going to have a phone in and a talk with Seth Them Mix, a producer and a sound engineer in the Greater Accra region of Ghana, and he's going to speak to us on this particular segment. So stay tuned with me.
You're listening to Day Talent Radio.
It be my dream come true, oh. We no be perfect too, oh. But as you there with me, we are there for you. We gon' make come true, oh. It be my dream come true, eh. We no be perfect too, oh. But as you there with me, we are there for you. We gon' make come true, oh. I know they want make you go, want make you stay in bed watching your pretty face, baby girl.
Okay, so earlier on, I spoke to you about the current thing, really going on in our country. As I speak to you now, there's a lot of things that's going on in terms of our music industry. I said something earlier on that is there any benefit that the musicians in Ghana get from the industry, and why government could not support this industry? I mean, this music producers. I mean, the both those who sing and those who produce, and they are actually putting Ghana on the top of the map as I speak to you right now. I'm having an honorable and a producer from Greater Accra region of Ghana, that's precise Adan Sege. Said the mix is on the line with us this morning to clarify if there are some benefit that they as a producer actually get from the government currently. Is there any new thing that is on board that we don't know about music that he can't discuss with us? So you are welcome to our channel this early morning. Said the mix. Once again, we will like to hear from your horse mouth. That's your main name. Hello, Saddam. Hello, Saddam. Hello, Saddam.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Great. Okay. Good morning once more. Can you tell us your name once more?
Yeah. Good morning to your cherished listeners and viewers also. Yeah, I go by the name Zometinula Sedem. That's by Beth. Studio-wise name, or as in show business, I go by the name Sedem Mix Beats. A producer, a sound engineer, a multi-instrumentalist, a music arranger, movie sound scorer, anything audio-visual. I'm into that. Yeah. Prior to the question you asked about incentives being given to music producers or artists as a whole, either from the creative art industry or from the music industry. Currently, the music industry now in Ghana, hard times now, because structures that are supposed to be laid, or foundations that are supposed to be laid by our predecessors, that is all the way from musical to Gumbro to any musical alliance company or any organization that have anything to do with
music. Hello? Yeah, so initially, structures have not been put in place from the onset. So we are now in the 21st century. Technology is taking place. So we have people like the limelight of Apia, that is Apietus on course for us, and then also Hammer of the last two also on course. And then one or two musicians, Ghana-based musicians that are in the diaspora that see the need in the change of music. That's the music business, the business aspect of music.
Okay.
So that the artist or anybody who is into music will not only rely on maybe Musica or Gambro or maybe a music producers association for any levy or any payment or anything. Yeah. So if you are into music, now we are in a digital world, and then sites are also paying off. That's distributing sites. That's Song Trade, being Song Trade, Audio Mark, a verified Audio Mark account, and then we have a lot of that's e-commerce or music distributing platforms where you put your musics and you earn an income. That's for the aspect of the musicians, and also for the aspect of the music producers or sound engineer. Our own is to create beats, put them online, and sell them. So you can sell your beats through BeatStars. That's one of the fastest growing. That's like instrumental purchase online, like where you can purchase your instrumentals. So that's where, because of the digital era, is where we gain our source of revenue.
Great. Let me just put this question before you. You have been in this country since the COVID issues arised, and what have been the challenge? Has that affected your work as an engineer?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Because the artists don't go out, because if there has been a restriction for artists for not going out to perform, for not going out to organize shows, for them to get money to come to the studio to record, which means that the engineer will be in the studio without maybe working, because the engineer needs the artist to come to the studio, come and record, and then put something on the table. So if the government is restricting the movement of the showbiz fraternity, it will go against not only sound engineers, even the movie industry are also the movie directors are also lamenting, and then like it's very bizarre, like it's something that is really eating up the engineers. So if you're not an engineer, that you don't have any job aside music production, which means that you go through hard times. Yeah, you go to hard times. So it has really affected the music production, that's the music producers, because we need the artists to come to the studio to come and record. So right now, if the government is restricting artists from organizing shows for them to get money to come to the studio to come and record and pay the engineer, which means that we'll go through hardship. And then, honestly speaking, we are going through hardship. There has been some issues on the ground, and notice that during the COVID-19, money has been allocated from the creative art industry, either from the music or from the Gambro, to be given to musicians, not music producers.
Okay.
Yeah, because now music producers we don't have a concrete and like an organization that will fight for us in terms of royalty.
Okay.
In terms of royalty. in terms of royalties, music producers don't have cuts. So now that we are in a digital world, we have the limelight of ace producers such as the Hammer of the Last Two, and then some pioneers which are on the upfront fighting to make sure that music producers also have a cut in royalties. So there has been a group being formed as Alliance for Music Change. If you could follow Hammer of the Last Two on his page, he's really promoting that.
Okay.
And then now that have come into the bit of the split sheet. So now, if you come to the studio, you'll be given a split sheet. So the engineer will work with you with the split sheet. So we have a column where the artist will write his name. Any third party player that's maybe a saxophonist will also have his name being scripted. Backing vocalists will have a name being scripted on it. And then also the percentages that those people that play part in an album or in the song or in the production will also have a cut or maybe a slot of a royalty. So when the songs are being distributed on these music distributing stores, they automatically collect revenues and the money is being dispersed. The money is being dispersed among maybe through the split sheet. So maybe they could say maybe the saxophonist, okay, you played saxophone. This maybe Anthony Yeboah played a sax on this music, this particular music. Okay, your cut, your royalty is let me say 50 Ghana cedis on every revenue being collected, or maybe on every song being downloaded, or maybe song being sold. So those revenues will be collected. So maybe let's take it this way. Maybe we have about 500 Ghana cedis as a profit in a month. The distributing platforms also have a percentage.
Okay.
And the rest will be given to. Hello, please.
Yes, I'm listening to you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So the rest will be dispersed on the split sheet. So if you don't have your name on the split sheet, you are not having a cut. So I think we are now getting to the good side of maybe benefiting.
Okay.
In aspect of royalty.
Okay, thank you so much for your clarifications on the benefit issues. But before then, let's look at your studio. How much do you charge per track in your studio?
Okay, in my studio, well, because of where I am located, issues, people don't have money to record. So I do post and on-take recording and also digital recording. So digital recording goes for $750 and the live recording goes for $1,005.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as you speak now, since the beginning of this month, were you able to record some people? Because you earlier on spoke about the hardship that is currently going on, which affected your job. Were you able to record some people?
Yeah. For my side, I am a multi-purpose engineer, recording engineer. I produce all kind of genre, whether salsa, calito, francophone music, gospel, hip hop, Afrobeat genre. I'm into all around. So for my side, if an artist walks to the studio and says, "Okay, I have this song, and then this song is in Zouk. Can you produce Zouk?" Because I'm an all-round producer, all-time producer. I produce that, so work doesn't come and goes because we have some engineers that are limited. Let me put it in quotes. They are limited. Some only focus on gospel. Some focus on hip life, that's secular music, and some also focus on the mixing and mastering aspect of the music business. So for my side, I think I have a couple of works going through. I have a couple of I do live music recording, as live worship recording in my studio. That gives me a little bit of revenue to pay off my tax, and maybe my light bill, and also clear some stuff.
Great.
So on my side,
How do you feel? How do you feel if a musician, you produce a musician, and then but the musician is not able to, promote that song? I mean, you produce a very nice beat to such a person. You produce a very nice songs, and such a musician is not able to, promote that song. As a producer, how do you feel?
all right. Thank you for your question. I feel very sad. I will feel very sad, and I'm sure any other engineer or maybe any music producer will also feel sad, because the music engineer, like, he goes through more of the stress to produce. He plays a beat, score the music for you, take you through vocal coaching, teach you, co-write with you, co-compose with you, and help you come out with a masterpiece. So the only way that the engineer will benefit from your side is by promoting your work, because his initial or his tag is in your work. So when you, the artist, play your part, maybe through promotional ways or promoting your music, and the music goes ablaze, people will say, wow, so this guy is behind these hits. Come on, let's go to him. Oh wow, I never knew this engineer or this music producer is the one behind this, because the promotion has gone well, or the promoting has gone well. So if the artist fail to promote the music, number one, the artist is shadowing him or herself. That's number one. Number two, the engineer, you are putting the engineer at risk, because the only way the engineer will make will make money, or maybe get recommendations from you, is by promoting your work. So I think I'll feel sad, and I think any other music engineer or any music producer or any other sound engineer will also feel bad when his or her artist do not promote his music.
Great. Do you think that lack of content is one of the reasons why many of these artists is not able to they are not able to promote their songs? Do you think it's lack of content, or this a financial challenge?
Yeah, it's both. That's the two. I'll say both. So let me take it in a bit. So in the content wise, if you could put your ears down,
You listening to Data
you
Lake
could see
Radio.
that whenever there's a program in town, and then they call a DJ to come and spin or to come and play a music, the DJ is a young guy who is very 17, that listens to current songs, but they do go in for the old songs. Let's come to the gospel terrain. Ama Bohima, Susie and Mark, Diego Sisters. Those people have gone through scrutiny in the aspect of writing. That's the content.
You
wise.
listening to Data Lake
Today,
Radio.
you see them coming to the studio and say, oh, I slept and I dreamt of this music and I want to record. You are sleeping, so how do you get all the things in your sleep? So instead of them getting maybe a portion, you got a portion from the sleep. You come into reality. You are supposed to put in more work. Re-edit your work. Maybe you have a mindset, oh, this is how my song is supposed to go. That's I'm on the content wise. That is the field in which I am now. So if you say I was bathing and then I got a song, or maybe I was washing, or I was walking and then I got this inspiration from this song, and I think this is my song. If you are not done from there, you really need to re-edit your music.
You listening to
Get
Data
less
Lake
your
Radio.
music. Rearrange your music. Oh, from verse, I'm going to my hook. From my hook, I'm going to my bridge. From my bridge, I'm coming back to my chorus or to my hook before the verse line, and my chorus will end. More of the people, because we have a young engineers because of financial aspects, you know. Most of the artists will go to, these low-minded engineers, those that are not highly inclined in music.
Which mean they had no idea about music.
Music.
You
They
listening
have
to
no
Data
idea
Lab
about
Radio.
music. They don't even know surface.
Mm.
They can't even play any. They can't even play one musical instrument. They rely on digital playing. That's using the mouse to click.
Okay.
Click, and then computer itself will automate the chord lines for you and brings out the chord lines for you. They just carry it and then fix it. That's what I mean by scoring the music. When the music comes, you need to score it. Yeah, that's what the contemporary music does. That's the choirs it does. When the song comes, you will see the music director scoring the music. Auto, this is your own. Tenor, this is your own. Soprano, this is your own. Baritone, this is your own. Because of these artists have not gone through these stages in music. They've not even sung. They've not even played a drum before. They've not even clapped before. But yet, they are music producers. Because they think the softwares are there. You can download. You download your crack software and you use. Some, because the gadgets are, maybe the gadgets are all over. You can just walk to the store and say, I want to buy a sound card. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. I want to buy this. So I think that is what is killing the industry in the aspect of sound quality. Because we have a lot of companies producing this kind of sound cards. And then some don't have money to buy a higher grade sound card. They buy low budget sound cards.
Okay.
And then that is what is causing the deteriorating of our sound, maybe the sound output. So let me come back again in the aspect of the content wise. Yeah. So as I was saying, you know, they fail to rearrange the music, the content. Okay, let me re-edit this word. This word is not good for the public. Let me take it off. This word is too long. Okay, let me look for either the antonym or the synonyms or the nearest meaning to it. A word that will be very shorter. Then that is the word that we use to refix it. That so in all, it comes in place of re-editing of the music. Yeah, it comes to re-editing of the music. So content-wise, yes, fine. Financial aspects, yes, because instead of the artists to take time, write good music, and also take the music through the proper channel before the music comes out. They are always in a haste. You see an artist coming to the studio, you pay the engineer because he feels he's having money, so he pays. Hey, how much is your production? Oh, it's 1,000. Sing, let me hear. And the person thinks that the person is not a singer because the engineer also needs money. He say, oh, don't worry, you have a good voice. We use auto-tune your voice for you. Don't worry. Then he takes that money, he produces for you, and the song comes out, and then the song is nothing to write home.
Sadam, you made a statement. But what you said right now, don't you think that the producers are also a challenge that we have in the country? Because if anybody walk into your studio and then the person is not good, the person can't do this, don't you have the right to actually elect?
You have the right to take the artist through classes. So what the best thing to do is you sit the artist down. Oh, gentleman, okay, you have a good voice, because when the person is singing, you detect whether the person have problem with pitch correction or the person. Not that the person don't have a voice to sing. Everybody have a voice, because our vocal these things are very different. My vocal tonation is different from your vocal tonation. So if you are singing, if you want to talk about voice everybody has a voice, but the ability to hit higher notes and to hit higher pitches, no, that is the problem. And also maybe the dynamics, that how skillfully you sing, how swingish you sing. So if the artist comes to the studio and the artist sing, and you, the engineer, dictate that, okay, fine, this guy is having a very good voice. But sometimes whenever he's singing, he goes off key. The engineer is not supposed to degrade the artist, number one, because when you do that, you kill the theme, or maybe you kill whatever that is giving the drive. The drive in the artist will come down, because one word from you can spoil everything.
Sedem, thank you so much for your explanation. Before I leave you, the things that have been buffering my mind, particularly, we have a lot of artists that do have the fund, as you are talking about, like 1,000 Ghana cedis. And if you look at the life of these people, right, financially they are not that stable to jump into business or to go into business of the music business. What is your advice for those people? To me, I think that 1,000 Ghana cedis should be used to set up a business, should be used to start something, so that when you have a lot of profit from what you're doing, you cannot embark on the the music business, because the music is actually a business. So what will you tell such people, if you are the one, such people who come to your studio who have no idea about business but they have the fund? What advice do you give to those people?
Okay, so what I do is that I sit them down. I do.
You're listening to Talent Radio.
Talk to them, advise them on how they spend their money. And then also how frequent they record their tracks. Because if you claim you don't have money, artists will come to the studio, come and record track. Today, tomorrow, come and record another one. And
Talent
it's not
Radio.
promoted another one. So for me, I advise them that you take your time. When we produce one music, let's promote it for about a month or 2 or 3. Then we come with another song. So what I do is that, okay, fine. What do you do? I will ask you, okay, I'm into this. Okay, can you please channel or maybe invest into this kind of business? This business moves very fast. Yeah. So the wise one will take it. Someone would, those that think they are business gurus won't take. So it's all about a choice. Some people don't work, but they have people that sponsor them, that they have managers. So for that one, they don't have issue with them. But those less endowed artists that they have the talent, but they are facing financial this thing. I do think it's cool with them. Sometimes I record them because you don't know what tomorrow will be like. So I do record them. Okay, fine. Instead of 1,000 Ghana cedis, let me make the payment mode very flexible for you. Bring half, less work. Maybe after you sell your CD or after you sell your album and you get some revenue and you're about to record a new track, you bring the other half.
I said them. I'm enjoying this conversation. Yeah, I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm really enjoying. I mean, so I think these business issues. I don't know if you should organize a forum for some of your artists that actually they have the business, but they don't have the way of going about the business to flourish, so that they can invest, because they are your clients, and once they are your clients and you're able to take them through this entrepreneurship luxury, I'm sure at the end of the day they'll end up having enough fun to be able to come back to the studio to record. I want to use this chance to give you to say a very big thank you so much for your time with us this early morning. But before you leave, what's your word for other artists that are out there? I mean, the young ones that are coming up and they don't have anybody to produce them. They have the voice, but they don't have anybody actually. What's your final word for these people?
Okay, remember, for a starter, master your craft and then limit your branding. For a starter, master your craft. Mastering your craft means, I'm not good in singing and you think you want to sing. Go through classes or go through lessons that will make you a good singer or a good rapper. So after you are done mastering your craft, you have the confidence to brand yourself. Just those two words. Master your craft, limit your branding. After you are good or you see yourself to be better or best, then you rank the two. You still master your craft and you still engage or maybe incline your branding. That's all. And then don't let negative vibes take you off. And also learn to save. Saving is one of the key. You save because you have no one helping you. So when you save, you have a lot of money. So when you limit your branding, you don't buy unnecessary shirts. You don't buy unnecessary kicks. Some look very flashy, but inward, craft-wise, they are what? Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. Cherished viewers and listeners across the group, that's the mix from Greater Accra region, reside city, and he explained to us some few issues that are going on in our music industry and other things. Before he end up, that's what he said. He said, for a startup, you need to master your craft and also limit your branding. Is the most important. If you are starting music, you need to limit your branding. You shouldn't rat with the branding and some other stuff. So good morning once more to all our viewers and cherished listeners across the group.
Slow down.
You listening to Day Talent Radio. You listening to Day Talent Radio.
Slow down. Slow down. She said we done move too fast. When we take them easy. She said make a hold on.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
I know them have this thing, yeah. I'm trying to go all the way with you. Trying to have my kiss with you. If we're gonna get into it, I know the things that we should wait. No need to keep delay. But she said make a hold on. So what? 1, 2, 3, baby, only you.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
Slow down, yeah. She said make slow down.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
She just wanted to tell me what you want. Mini cry what you want. Mini know what you want. She said make slow down. Tell me what you want. Mini cry what you want.
All right, so thank you so much once more from Sedam Mix. Sedam is a sound engineer in the Greater Accra region. In that Sege. I just want to use this chance to thank Sedam so much for his input on our show this early morning. Before we move on, the system has failed us again. Father of 12 years old who died due to an unavailability of ambulance services at Battle hospitals. So that's a very sad story that we have on the ground this morning to also look quickly into what have constituted to that. Why will unavailability of this ambulance will lead to such such art and then losing that beautiful and handsome guy.
You listening to Day Talent Radio. You listening to Day Talent Radio. Day Talent Radio.
Girl, let's take a picture. Wanna see you smile. Baby, nice to meet you. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Wanna see you smile. Baby, nice to meet you. Now what do you do? So I'm coming home and I'm a come shimmy you. Send a picture. Me say what do you do? So I'm coming home and I'm me you. Send a picture. picture. Oh yeah, yeah. Me love it when your body dip on me, baby girl, it blow my mind. Yeah. Girl, I like the way you put it on me, baby girl, don't slow that wine. Yeah. Hold me, till me squeeze me, and give it to me one time. Yeah, hold on, baby, make you no slow down, girl. Let's take a picture. Wanna see you smile, baby, nice to meet ya. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Wanna see you smile, baby, nice to meet ya. Let's take a picture. Wanna see you smile, baby, nice to meet ya. Let's take a picture.
You listening to Data Link Radio.
Baby, nice to meet you.
Baby girl, I'm in love with your face, in love with your smile, the way your lips taste. It's sweet past sugar, it past milkshake. You do I know your swag, be a table case. On the last take from an amaka. Boys go ball, you see that.
Make I love you, baby, overdose. Give you all my love, baby, overdose. Make I love you, baby, overdose. Give you all my love, baby, overdose. Say my baby, they do me better. I no go fit to measure. Give you all my love, baby, overdose. Say my baby, they do me better. I no go fit to measure. Give you all my love, baby, overdose. My sugar, sherry, cocoa. Anywhere you go, I go follow. If you live in me, girl, I go die, yo. Make you no do me, say they want no. Baby, you be my don't know. If you need me, I go there by your side, oh mama. Oh yeah, shaking my sexy mama. Make you break your back. Because I'm a sexy mama. Say sexy mama.
Baby, and yes, I may have quite a bit. Oh, you ma, what you know, me fat to do.
You listening to Data Link Radio.
And yes, I may want to tell me. Oh, you ma, what's the real I am before? Sink it here and do them. Hey, girl, you blow my mind and go for the air you do. Cause I think about you all the time and all the things you do. Girl, you make her the Rico. You make a Rico. Girl, you make her the Rico. You make a Rico. Say, man, she out the Gamere.
You listening to Data Link Radio.
Okay, so as I said earlier on, there are so many things that are going on in this country that I think the truth matters a lot. We were in this country where our president, our excellency, sponsor and bought a whole lot of ambulances in this country. These ambulances have been shared to various constituencies. Every constituency is having an ambulance. Every constituency, every district. So I will end up waking up one day and what we hear is the sad story of this 12 years old child that died due to unavailability of these ambulance issues in this country. I can't think far. So I want to know those ambulances that have been distributed, to the various districts, what are those ambulances being used for? At the Batok Catholic Hospital telling us that they had no idea of that. I'm going to connect with the administrator of Batok Hospital to find out if this is the fault of them. Is it true? What have happened? And what's the issues on the ground? Is it that they don't have the ambulance? Is that one of the reasons why they end up losing this child?
Seriously, brody, no funny. Nobody go call you.
You listening to Data Link Radio. You listening to Data Link Radio.
Now financial woman be that. Relax. Now
again na baba in ko ga sele e me tin ma sa fa ya bele ngwa ya no fu mo so ga fo na tele sim je so e ke ni de le bele na ko din no na like but sim ni o ana na hustle and
we is out here. But you know, what I feel in my heart is true. What you see in my eyes, boo, is your cool. Totally, baby, I'm falling for you. In the head of my heart and body, baby girl, I wanna dance for you. Yeah. I wanna dance for you, baby. And I know you're gonna dance for me. Yeah. Dance for me, baby. See, your love is very strong, oh. It's very strong, oh. Yeah, we are very strong, oh. It's very strong, Diana, oh, Diana, oh. I wanna take you away. Diana, oh, my baby, oh. Yeah, me and you, girl, forever. Olake, give me love, oh. Now you the catch my shot, oh. For your sake, I go touch you. Yeah. We go drive around for my Porsche. Baby, pana, they say you like you all. I get you all. Baby, pana, anywhere that you go, I can follow you to go. Baby, pana, they say you like cassava. I get you big cassava.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
My love for you will never die. You never die. If I ever, oh baby, if I ever. Baby, you too sweet, if I ever. My baby dance it to the lagwaja. I can take you to Babalada. If I ever, oh baby, if I ever.
Yeah, so as I said earlier on, it's important that we find out what actually happened. You see that there's no ambulance available, and that's one of the reasons why the child passed away. And what have all this matters a lot. So give me a few minutes. I'm trying to see if I can connect with Dr. Atugubi. No, this is Atugubiga or Atubidwa. I'm trying to find out the correct word for you. Don't worry.
You listening to Day Talent Radio. You listening to Day Talent Radio.
When I go with a tin some about the mono. When I go with a king, me here. I la show the pressure mowa. I am mama down. One no the pressure mowa. I am mama down. La show. I'm in tin and I do. What can you find? Whoa, beauty sudo. You wanna want to tell it, yeah, be chance and I want so about this one. We are answer no really see, but it is another day, we are Bula show, I mean, it's a trade that I'm at touch on my soul, so they can't send that you are. Buy yourself, don't go and try to know my wedding. It's a trade that I'm at touch on my soul, so they can't send that you are. Buy yourself, don't go and try to know my wedding. Mary man, yes, Namu Demutia, one so am I. Me to move through a muntie, Namu Shamu. Mary man, yes, Namu Demutia, one so am I.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
Money, baby, wasting money time. 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 Baby, wasting money time.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
Say I do, I'm re, cuckoo, I'm re, oh, I'm re. Say I do, I'm re, she and I won't know, I can't.
You listening to Day Talent Radio.
Alright. Baby for mommy a good year. The money boyfriend son ko ye. Number me who are the Bemana ye Jawari or Donankasa. And then maybe soon can correct. How are you 1 month so I see on the year? But in the sick of a why yeah. Now we're down no parking. Madame for George and Sukonoka. On one person, no the amfa. The girlfriend of Donankasa America. I be say why expect time Ghana.
Okay, so earlier on, I'm trying my best to see if I can get connect with the doctor in charge at the Bato Hospital to clarify the loss of this child, and you know what's really happened on the ground. We need to have access to the main issues or the details of the story before we can at least have 1 or 2 comments on that. Can you stay tuned with me, please? Bear with me that I'll try as much as possible to get the doctor to clarify on these issues for us this early morning. Once more, very good morning to all our cherished listeners. This from let me be taking some of the comment that we are having right over here, and this is coming from Southern Mix Beat Ghana, and it's a greeting to all the Dangbe Musicians Association here, to all the listeners as well. And so Saddam. So Saddam said, if you want to link up with Saddam, please, Saddam number is here 0542 641 200 0542 641 200. If you want to link up, but those that want to link up with Saddam, that's Saddam mix number. It's a sound engineer. You can't link up with Sander. I'm having Hambo too in the house, and it says I'm in love with this show. Anyway, thank you so much, Hambo. So this early morning, as I said earlier on, that we will be taking a few information from Doc to tell us what transpired between them. But before then, let's look at the task force destroyed excavators allegedly to belonging to the women's of the MPP women organizers. These excavators issue, I've said it earlier on, that instead of we burning down the excavators, going into burning the excavators, setting fire into them, and doing all those sort of, why don't we, that is per my small knowledge, why don't we rather distribute those excavators that have been sized from these local miners or illegal miners, and we distribute this thing to our various constituencies, so that the drainage system, our road that need to have a effective drainage system, they can use those things for those activities. And that is what I'm saying. They can use those things. So I see no reason. I don't have any reason. I don't see any reasons why they should. Be banning those things. I don't see any reason. Because we have a whole lot of issues going on. Day in, day out, we are having a whole lot of fraud issues in this country. So why don't we, in the normal circumstance, why don't we distribute those excavators that have been sized? Why don't we distribute to our various districts, our various, municipal assembly, and then the district chief executive and the DCE and the municipal chief executive, all these people, make good use of the assembly, make good use of these excavators. I think it's better than banning them. It's better than banning them. It is better than burning them. Yes, I'm much aware of what transpired, where about 10 or whatever number of excavators have been sized, and it is distributed among the MPP leaders. It is distributed among them. We don't know where those excavators are till now, till date. It is distributed among I don't know. We can't think for this country. I don't know if that is one of the reasons why they are burning them, but we shouldn't look at that. But we should find a ways of, addressing these issues effectively. And so this tax force destroying the excavators. The tax force, I want to plead on behalf of the MPP women organizers. It is true. It's hurtful. It's not easy. But they also understand the concept. They are aware of these illegal mining issues in this country. These women are also aware. The MPP women organizers, you are aware that the problem in this country, that our water bodies are being destroyed because of the act. You are aware of these challenges. So I think we need to at least adhere to the laws of this country. We shouldn't behave as if we are parties in power, so we can do what we want to do. It's not the best.
You're listening to Day Talent Radio. You're listening to Day Talent Radio.
esa bola ni petatina yene namda. On si fisam wabedwe hata. Ora timi hu sensam kra no makoma. Ora bae na tina tikron kwedina. Oh. Ya go esa bola ni petatina yene namda. On si fisam wabedwe hata. Ora timi hu sensam kra no makoma.
You listening to Data Live Radio.
Yeah, so the way we they bend the tea, to me, it doesn't make any sense. You know, it doesn't make any sense. No sense at all to me.
You listening to Data Live Radio. You listening to Data Live Radio.
You know they like to stress me.
Yes, I'm trying my best as much as possible to get some people to speak to on these issues. I mean the issues of Galamsey issues. I'm trying my best to see if I can have access to 1 or 2 people to speak to this early morning. Because text is just a text transmission we do it, and we haven't resumed our full operations. Actually, we want to plead with our listeners, charity viewers, that we'll be bringing all our guests in the house very soon for the discussion table and to be very effective as well. And so please bear with us. We are trying our best to make sure that we do the right thing, you know. We do the right thing. My greetings to all my guys. Ike Star Studio in UK. Ike Star Studio in UK. Greetings to this early morning. Ike Star Studio in UK, United States of America. No, is it UK? United Kingdom. Okay, thank you so much. Ike, salute to Charlie. You get something, make it take something small in your small boy for the house. I'll be bad now. Yeah, so greeting to Ike this Saturday morning once more, and then your wife and your children. I said very good morning to them as well. And those that are celebrating their birthday today being Tuesday, I say happy birthday to you guys in advance.
I treasure you, my love. Girl, you let my feelings show. My smile, my laugh, my wealth. None other could I ever come between us. I love you, so I pray that we last to the end of time, and everything will be fine. I know for sure you try to separate us, but no one cares. Cause Father God bless us. I know for sure they try to separate us, but no one cares. Lord, you pity and you strike like a tender. Against the front, there we go. Oh, back to the center. Against the front, there we go. You pity and you strike like a tender. Against the front, there we go. Oh, back to the center. Against the front, there we go. Come me, I'm a cancer, I'm considered. So I'm a coming mood. Yamashisha and Seda, which you want to grab ever sooner. Uniani Ukasade put me. The only omi the Moami Suro. Sammy Jessica sing what you me. Made him a surround with this and go to baby. Sureka Craig.
You listening to Data Live Radio. You listening to Data Live Radio.
Oh, not against it for the car. Oh, not against it. You pity and you strike like a tender.
You listening to Data Live Radio.
Oh, back to the center. Against the phone, baby, we go. You pity and you strike like a tender. Against the phone, baby, we go. Oh, back to the center. Against the phone, baby, we go. Come me. Oh, sorry, who are the media? Oh, sorry, who are the
body they sexy. If you want dollar, don't worry. If you want city, Ghana. If you want nara, don't worry, baby, I go pay you. If you want dollar, don't worry. If you want city, Ghana. If you want nara, don't worry, baby, I go pay you.
Okay, guys, I'm trying my best as much as possible to speak to Mr. Achu. He's a lecturer at the Data Link University here currently in our institutions, and then he happened to be one of the best man on campus that normally speak to issues that are issues that are really going on in this country. Mr. Achu, you are welcome to our channel this morning.
Thank you.
Great. There is this issues that the task force are destroying the excavators. In our Galamsey site, as much as the law is concerned that illegal mining should be stopped. And in your own point of view, what will you say about these issues? The destroy of the bend down of these excavators.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yes, this issue of burning excavators in line of stop Galamsey. I don't agree at all, because these excavators will be used to in various assemblies, at least to construct roads. Why burning them? Why burning them? So for me, it's totally wrong. It's totally wrong. It's even against the law. You can't use illegitimate way to correct something that is illegitimate. No, it's against the law. So for me, no.
Are you aware that the minister made a statement that they will continue to be burning these excavators? Are you aware of the statement?
That's wrong. He himself is a lawyer. Abu is a lawyer. He must know better than ordinary Ghanaian. Yes, he must know better. So he cannot use unlawful way to correct which is already unlawful. You see? So for me, no. Those who are burning the excavators, they must sue them. They must. But even for me, they are even causing what do you call it? Judgment debt to the nation. And yes, 5 years later, these people will come back with the same thing. You have done my excavator, which is against the law, and the state that's going to pay for those things. That's what we are against in Ghana. No, it's unlawful, my brother.
But let me put this question before you. Do you think if any of these ministers and then any of these, our political leaders, excavators on this particular side, do you think that they will end up burning DS too?
Again, I didn't hear the last part.
Yes, I'm saying that. Do you think that if any of our leaders, any of these political leaders, in the that we have around, if any of them have that excavators, those excavators, working at that particular site, do you think that they are going to burn them?
Yes, I think so, because even last time I heard, even the national organizer for MPP excavators. So she also is a big woman in the nation. So if they could burn her excavators, they can also burn any other person's excavator. So yes, they will do that.
So on the other hand, the government is behind. The government is behind these issues, right? Oh, Charlie. I will try as much as possible to see if I can connect with Honorable Ashu, the lecturer at the Data Link University once more again. This discussion is interesting.
Oh, you are done for this pretty lady. Oh, you are done for this pretty lady. On them infant body, on them match body, on them infant body, on them match Chineke me, Chineke me, Chineke me, Chineke me. Oh, you are the for this pretty lady. Oh, you are the for this pretty lady. On the name in some Zadia, on the name in Vimpadia. On the name in some Zadia, on the name in Vimpadia. On the name in some Zadia, on the name in Vimpadia. On the name in some Zadia, on the name in Vimpadia. How much you want for your love? If you want money for your body, how much you want for lovey? Cause your body, they're sexy.
Great. So it's not easy, Charlie. This network matter we did this country side they worry. I know go talk you. They worry pa. Military they try a whole lot of money. Where they buy correct credit. It don't be fake credit. But anytime I'm on call, that is where the MTN will decide to drop my call. Anyway, anyway, that is their own business. Anyway, you are welcome once more. On about you. So I'm saying that what is going on in the country that we are seeing, I think the majority of our government officials are involved in this galamsey issues.
Yes. Can you answer the question again, please?
Yes, I'm saying, do you think that some government officials are also part of these galamsey issues, and that is one of the reasons why it will be difficult for these galamsey issues to?
Oh yes, I don't have the fact. I don't have the fact at hand now to say I know of government officials that are involved in the galamsey. I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
Yes, but as we last year election, 2020 election, before the election, we had a lot of issues about party people that are very involved in the galamsey. Yes, but I can't speak to that. But I don't have the facts.
But do you think these galamsey issues can ease in this country?
Say it again, please.
I mean, do you think that we Ghanaians can actually stop these galamsey issues?
No, no, I don't think so, because we have already politicized this issue. So I don't think there's political will to stop this galamsey, because politicians themselves are involved. So yes, something we are just doing to please ourselves. I don't think it will succeed. No, that's my view, though.
How do you rate the economy as at now?
The economy.
Yes.
The economy of Ghana. I'm not an expert. I'm not an economist. But when I look at my pocket, I can judge the economy by what I have in my pocket.
What do you have in your pocket? Okay.
My pocket is dry, so the economy it's not favoring at all. Or they have increased taxes here and there. As I'm coming to work this morning, they have increased my lorry fare. So while my salary remains the same. So yeah. It's worrying, but how? We are just Ghanaians, so we are all managing.
So you agree with Fix the Country campaign?
Sorry?
You agree with Fix the Country campaign?
It's like the line.
Yes, I'm saying, do you agree with Fix the Country campaign?
I agree totally. Fix the Country is a movement that I subscribe to. So everything is not wow in this country. Even though we have to fix ourselves as individuals, but the government has a lot to do to help us to fix ourselves. We need to fix the country. Every aspect of the economy needs to be fixed. Roads, price of items in the market, here and there.
We over the years when the NDC was in power, you can testify that our vice president was the best economist that we have in the country. As they are in power now, have you noticed him as talking about anything related to the economy?
Yes, NDC was in power. We realized from 2009 to 2012, we have the highest growth even in the world. Ghana was the best economy in the world. 2011, where we have 14% GDP. So, yeah, now, what's the GDP now? Our GDP now, what is it? It's below. It's below 14. So, yeah, I'm not an economist, but what I read.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning on the Table Show. We will connect with you, another time once more. So we just spoke with Mr. Achu, as a lecturer at Data Link University campus. As I speak to you now, thank you once more. We are about to wrap up our show. It's a minute more. 11 minutes more to 10 o'clock. And as far as our show starts from 8 o'clock to 10 a.m. Sharp. Tomorrow morning, we're still going to be on the same platform once more. I'm still trying my best to see if it's going to be possible to speak to Dr. Atuguba. Yes, Dr. Atuguba. I'm still trying my best to see if I can speak to him this morning on the issues related to the 12-year-old child that passed away during the weekend at Bato Hospital due to unavailability of ambulance service.
You're listening to Data Link Radio. You're listening to Data Link Radio.
I don't want no contact cross wahala. If you I won't make my baby mama. I don't want no contact cross wahala. If you I won't make my baby mama. No, I gonna say you my lover. You my one and only sugar. No, I gonna say you my lover. You my one and only sugar. I said and go away from my soul. Man, I made a for not that me. Said and go away from my soul. Man, I made a for not that me. On a name in some Zadia, no name in Vampire. On a name in some Zadia, no name in Vampire. How much you want for your love? If you want money for your body, how much you want for love?
You're listening to Data Link Radio.
Cause your body, they're sexy. If you want dollar, if you want city, if you want
You're listening to Data Link Radio.
I go pay you. If you want dollar, if you want city, if you want nara, don't worry, baby. I go.
Okay, so that's how we are wrapping up our show for today on the table topic and the table morning shows that we are going to be bringing to you henceforth from today onwards. We'll be trying our best to put things in place effectively for our viewers and cherished listeners across the group on all the social media platforms. Please search us on the Facebook Data Link Radio TV, and then on YouTube Data Link Radio TV, Modern Ghana Data Link Radio TV, to tune in, Data Link Radio TV, and online radio box Data Link Radio TV. Thank you so much for your follow-up. Next week and tomorrow, I'm going to leave a credit after the show. I'm going to make sure the number, those who can type fast can, at least have access to at least 1 or 2 or 5, 6, 7 airtime from our media house coordinator and director. And so stay with us. We'll meet you tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. to 10 a.m. once more. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Bini menchai mami so umu. Bisenya mi grande me santo so. Michia emme. Aya mi se bi kre mudio. One ma koma so ma dia. Enti aya nchichi wo. Ode, obado mi ada mi preko. Ode. Obado mi ada mi preko. Ode.